Hello students, I am Shashireka, Assistant Professor in GBO Degree College PG courses. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on volatility. Volatility means the speed of change. That means volatility is the price variance of an asset over time. Volatility means the price variance of an asset over time. So the volatility is associated with fluctuations in demand, turbulence and short time to markets. So the more volatile the world is, the more and faster change. So that means volatility refers to the speed of change in an industry, market or the world in general. So, volatility means the amount of uncertainty or risk related to the size of changes in a security's value. That means a higher volatility means that a security's value can potentially be spread out over a large range of values. That means if the stock prices of a security fluctuate rapidly in a short time span, that means that the security has high volatile security. That means the high volatility means a security's value can potentially be spread out over a larger range of values. This means that the prices of the security can change dramatically over a short time period in either direction. Here, a lower volatility means that a security value does not fluctuate dramatically and tends to be more steady. That means the prices of the security tends to be more steady. That means the value of the security does not fluctuate. So, for example, when the stock market rises and falls more than 1%. So, that means more than 1% over a sustained period of time. Now let us see what causes market volatility. What causes market volatility? So the main factors, the main causes to market volatility are economic crisis, changes in national economic policy, economic indicators, volatility overseas, political developments and public relations. These are all causes to the market volatility. The first one is the economic crisis. So, it is obviously that any financial market is very sensitive to major economic situations. That means the financial markets react negatively when the economic crisis occur. That means the occurrence of the economic crisis leads to the market react negatively. That means the worse the crisis, the bigger its influence on the market's overall performance. And next, changes in national economic policy. That means, for example, we take our regulatory body RBI. RBI means Reserve Bank of India. So in every country, in our country, our regulatory body is Reserve Bank of India. So the short term changes in monetary policies, that means what are the tools of the monetary policies? Repo rate, reverse repo rate, cash reserve ratio, extra. These are the tools of the monetary policy. So, the short term changes in these monetary policies, in the monetary policies of RBI, so always cause a sharp movement in markets. So, the markets tend to go up when the RBI uses monetary policy, and the market tends to down when the institution tightens the policy. So here our monetary policies mean, so different tools are monetary policies or repo rate, reverse repo rate, cash reserve ratio. So what is repo rate? So repo rate means the rate at which the RBI lends money to the commercial banks. What? The RBI lends money to the commercial bank for short term duration. So repo rate means the rate at which the RBI lends money to the commercial banks for a short duration. So at present, what is the repo rate percentage? So RBI changes the repo rate at 4%. 4%. What is the repo rate at present? 4%. So the repo rate is used to monetary authorities to control inflation. And next one is the reverse repo rate. What is reverse repo rate? Here repo rate means the rate at which RBI lends money to the commercial banks. Here reverse repo rate. Reverse repo rate means the rate at which banks can park their money with the RBI. That what the the rate at which banks can park their money with the RBI. So at present the reverse repo rate is 3.35%. That means at present 3.35%. And what is CRR? Here CRR means cash reserve ratio. That means a certain percentage of total bank deposits. That means a certain percentage of total bank deposits has to be kept in the current account with RBI. That means every commercial bank should maintain a current account with RBI and deposit a certain percentage of their total bank deposits has to be kept in the current account with RBI, which means bank does not have access to that much amount for any economic activity or commercial activity. At present, the CRR means the CRR ratio is the 3%. So the cash reserve ratio is 3%. And another tool is the SLR. SLR means statutory salary liquidity ratio. So what is SLR? So SLR is the money a commercial bank needs to preserve in the form of cash or gold or government authorized securities, means that is government bonds. So before providing credit to their own customers. SLR means the money a commercial banks needs to preserve. So in which form? In cash form or gold or government bonds. That means SLR means the money a commercial banks needs to preserve before providing credit to their own customers. At present, this SLR percentage is 18.50. 18.50. So, okay. These are the different tools of monetary policy. So, the short-term changes in the monetary policy, that means the short-term changes in repo rate, reverse repo rate, cash reserve ratio, statutory liquidity ratio, these are all causes a sharp movement in markets. And third one is economic indicators. Here, what is economic indicators? Economic data. Economic data serves as a window for traders to have an overlook on the economy. To have an overlook on the economy. So, when it is doing well, the markets tend to react positively. When it is not doing well, the markets tend to react negatively. That means when it is not hitting its forecasted targets. When it is not hitting its forecasted targets, the market may fall suddenly. This is why economic reports serves as a volatility indicator. For example, monthly job reports, inflation data, consumer spending figures, these are all impact on the market performance. So the traders usually try to predict the report. So the traders try to predict the report before they come out and sell or buy their assets accordingly. So before selling and buying their assets, the traders try to predict the report. So if the report differs from the expected number, the market may quickly fluctuate. And next one is the market overseas. Here overseas means foreign countries. So a modern economy is globally connected. So that means the modern economy is globally connected due to the globalization. So whatever happens in the world might have an impact on market closer to home. That means, for example, we take the pandemic COVID-19. So COVID-19 is not just a major health problem, major healthcare problem. It also affecting countries worldwide. So it is also having a damaging impact on business. Basically, the COVID over the last few months, the COVID-19 global pandemic has drastically changed. That means it started in China, but it can spread over the world. It can also affect all the countries' markets. That means the COVID-19 has having a damaging impact on business in all over the world. And next one is the political developments. Here politics are a key factor affecting market performance. Politics are key factor affecting market performance. So governments make decisions on trade agreements, tax policies, tariffs and federal spending, all of which play a major role in the regulating industries and have an impact on the economy overall. So the politics play an important role in every country. That means the speeches of the presidents, that means political speeches can cause market volatility. And next one is the public relations. Here public relations, sometimes volatility is not market wide. So an individual company can see its stock performance take a hit based on whether it's getting good or bad public relations that day. That means it, and depending on how large the company is, its performance can have a greater effect on the market. These are the causes to market volatility. So the stock market will always have its ups and downs. Meanwhile, increased market volatility can be beneficial for savvy traders. That means, so increased market volatility can be beneficial for traders who have practical knowledge, and it offers an opportunity to profit. However, it also boosts the risk of loss. That means the traders who have practical knowledge can get profits from these market volatility. Okay, thank you.